You're listening to The Megan Werner Show on brandlive.co.za. To book Megan, go to www.meganwerner.co.za now.
Good afternoon and welcome back to The Megan Werner Show. So today in studio we've got Alice and Dale. Now Alice and Dale, very interesting, are from Australia. So welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And it's lovely to have Dylan as well, my co-host in studio. Welcome to Dylan.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Dale, you were originally born in South Africa, right?
I was in Boksburg, Johannesburg.
Yes, okay. And Alice, you were born in Australia, is that right?
Yeah, in the capital, Canberra.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Dale and Ashley, you are both so different because Dale, you were born in South Africa and you moved continents and countries to get to Australia where you are now. And Alice, you've never moved your house before.
No, I've lived in the same house my whole life.
Okay, so Dale, why did you guys move to Australia?
To put it simply, it is because of the crime. We had a lot of bad experiences, especially in my area where I lived. And so we decided it was best for our lives and my parents' lives to take our lives elsewhere to Australia.
But still, you come a lot to South Africa, so you enjoy it a lot in South Africa, though.
Absolutely, it's a great country. Love being here.
And then, how old were you when you moved to Australia?
When I moved to Australia, I was about 7.5, and turning 8. So very young.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So where are you living now?
I live in Canberra, which is the capital city of Australia. Not many people know that. They think that Sydney is the capital, but it's actually Canberra. And,
Oh, okay.
and it's quite small. So
Okay, yeah. So, and then Alice and Dale, what are you studying currently?
I'm doing primary school teaching. So yeah,
That's very interesting. I don't think that often in South Africa we have primary school teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Alice, you are currently working a job.
Yeah, so I work as an administration officer in a trade school, so pretty much like a uni.
Okay.
Sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, and Dale, what does your studies cost?
Oh, it's quite expensive in Australia. We've got a system where you don't pay up front. You go into debt, and then once you start earning at a certain salary, which at the moment I believe it's around 52,000, then you start paying it off. And I think my degree will cost about $27,000.
Okay, and like, what currency is it? Dollars or rands?
Australian dollars, yeah. So that transferred into rand would probably be about 270,000 rand.
Oh my gosh, that's quite.
Yeah, it's not cheap, no.
Yeah. Okay.
So what jobs have you done before?
I've got quite a big history of jobs. Initially I started doing lawn mowing just in my neighbourhood, and that got me my first car. And then I worked at McDonald's for a very brief time, and then I did being a waiter at down at our local cafe, and then changed to swim teaching, which I really enjoyed, and then now I work at a preschool.
And Alice, what jobs did you do?
So my first job was as a stable hand, so just cleaning out horses' stables, which was awesome. And then I moved on to Boost Juice. Do you guys have that?
Yeah, we have Boost.
Oh, yeah.
I love Boost.
So I worked there, and then I moved to swim teaching, where Dale was as well, and then in my current job at the school.
Okay, so, but you obviously enjoyed the stable cleaning and stuff because you love horses, am I correct?
Yeah. So where I worked, I've actually been horse riding there since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been riding for quite a while. I love being around them.
Yeah, and then Dale, of course, tell us a little bit about your McDonald's story. Why? And you mentioned you worked very briefly at McDonald's.
Oh, very briefly. It was actually technically my first job. So I was very excited, got the job, everything, but the training wasn't so good. So I started my first shift for 5 hours, burnt just about everything that I put in the grill. And then, if not burnt, I undercooked the meat, so a lot of it got thrown out. And then at the end of the shift, the manager showed me how much meat I actually had wasted. So then I did another shift, and then after that, the same thing happened, got fired. So 10 hours in total at McDonald's. So, yeah.
Wow, what an achievement.
Yeah, no good.
Okay, well, that's actually a very funny story. So,
Thank
what
you.
have you done so far in Johannesburg?
So we arrived here. We spent 4 days just with my granny visiting her, which was nice. Then we went to Kruger, went to Zambia, came back to Joburg, and we went to just Monte Casino, Carnival City, that kind of thing. So
Yes, and
yeah.
also Gold Reef City.
Gold
Yeah.
Reef City. Oh yes, that's right. That was excellent. Yeah,
How did you experience that? What was your favorite ride?
I have to go with the Anaconda.
Oh, I liked the Tower of Terror.
Oh, yes.
It was scary
The
though.
Tower of Terror was very scary. It was so funny. Like when my sister, she didn't want to go off, and Alice was like made her go off, and she's like, "Cindy, you better go. We're gonna
Yeah.
give you trouble for weeks if you don't go."
The photo that we got at the end was even better. Though.
Oh yeah, the one where my hair is like standing up
Yeah.
in my face.
That's right. Eyes out of your socket. Yeah,
Yes, that was very funny. And Dale was just like laughing, having,
yeah, no, it was a great time.
having a great time.
Yeah.
So, what did you do in Zambia? You mentioned that you went to Zambia.
Yeah, so basically arrived there. Trying to hire a car was quite expensive, so we didn't end up doing that. We just got a taxi to drive us around. Went to the Vic Falls on this side, on Zambia's side anyway. Then the next day,
We headed to Botswana.
that's right.
Yeah, so we went to Chobe National Park then for 3 days and 2 nights, and we did camping just in the national park with no fence or anything.
Yeah.
And one night we were sitting around the fire just talking about our day and what we'd seen, and then we heard a bit of a rustle in the bush, and we looked over,
Yeah.
and there was just a hyena like looking right at us.
Yeah.
Oh
And then
my
we all like
gosh.
very quickly went to bed
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Yes, I can remember when I went to Russia, like everybody said, "No, come see our lions," and it was at a zoo, and the owner of the zoo wanted to meet me, and I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And we were like, "Okay, well, in Africa we have so many lions, so it's really just it's a normal thing."
Yeah.
And then when we got there, there's like this golf car without any bars behind, like next to you.
Oh,
And there were like these huge lions walking a bit next to me and stuff. And like those photos are on my Instagram. But then there were these 2 boys. I wouldn't say little boys because they were very big. And then my mom didn't like it that they were next to me and things. And then she came and stood there. And when everybody got back into the car, and just before we started to drive, those 2 boys and both came and they jumped right onto my lap.
Oh my word.
oh, what?
Everybody was like so scared and things like that, and I was just like enjoying it, living the moment and things
Yeah.
like that. But my mom and dad weren't that happy because they know what lions can do.
And fair enough. Yeah, fair enough too.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the weather like in Zambia?
It's quite warm. We're used to a very cold winter in Australia right now. It's -6, I think, and
Yeah.
Zambia was very warm. So yeah, we even went for a swim once in the pool at the B&B. So, but it was very nice.
Yeah,
It was
and
very nice.
I've also heard that in Livingston at the Victoria Falls, like right before the fall, there is the waterfall. There's like a little pool. I think it's called the Devil's Pool or
Devil's
something
Pool, yeah.
like, where
yeah.
you can swim into. Did you guys want to do that?
We did, but it was quite a lot of money for it. I think it is $100 US, and we were like, oh no, we'll spend it on something else. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's-
I think that's still
yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
that'd
that's
be amazing
still on
to
my
do.
adventure list, like
Yeah.
my bucket list. I really want to go do it. It's right before the Victoria Falls. There's like a swimming pool, like not a swimming pool, just a small pool where you can go swim
Yeah.
and enjoy. And you said it gets to like -6 in Australia, so
Absolutely. Yep.
so like you obviously then get snow in Australia, do you?
Not where we live. Well, last year we had 1 day of snow in June, but other than that, we don't get snow where we live. It's 2 hours away, and there's lots of snow there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, do you ever go do adventurous things in Australia?
We more come here for that.
Yeah.
It's nicer to do it here. So
We've climbed the Sydney Harbour Bridge, so you just
Okay.
walk, but that's probably the most adventurous thing
yeah.
that we've done there, I think.
I think we camped on an island in the Barrier Reef for 2 weeks without any.
Barrier Reef.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us more about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it was an island that was just deserted away from everything, and it was like we had to bring our water, our food, everything that we needed for the 2 weeks. Spend 2 weeks there, snorkeling around, and it was amazing. Saw plenty of sharks and
Lots of turtles.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that
amazing.
That must be amazing. Were there any like obstacles while you were there? Any problems that you had?
Yes, there were heavy winds, so our tent wasn't pegged down as well as we thought. So we found that out the hard way, and yeah, that was quite a mission to get sorted. Yeah,
Down in the middle of the night.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I can remember once it was absolutely pouring and we went camping and like the rain went right into the tent. They said it was waterproof, but like clearly not.
No. Yeah.
And we like just standing against the side of the tent so that the tent doesn't blow over and things, and everything is like soaking wet, and all the bags, like the sleeping bags, everything was like really wet and so windy. So yeah, that wasn't that nice of a camping trip. I would say I'd prefer one with a sunny weather and things like that.
Yeah, camping's not fun when it's like that. No, for sure.
Yeah, but I've heard in Australia they are quite like dangerous and venomous animals. Like, can you tell us more about the animals that you have in Australia?
So while we were on Lady Musgrave Island at the Barrier Reef, we actually had a bit of a spider incident one night.
Oh.
So it was starting to rain, so we zipped down the cover off our tent, and rolled up inside was a big huntsman. Like, they're not very dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mum and I ran to the other side of the island, and we went to get Dale to go and shoo it away.
Oh my
But I think that probably the biggest one is snakes. We've got king brown snakes, and those are pretty dangerous. So,
okay.
yeah, so if you go walking in
Long
like
grass.
a felt, they call it here. You have to make sure you make lots of noise so that they hear the vibrations and they move away, because otherwise you will stand on one and it will.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very
and
venomous.
then, like, I know, like, there's a TV show, Shouldn't Be Alive, and they stand on those horn adders, and like you die within 5 minutes or things like that. Is it really that bad?
Yeah, without treatment, within probably the first 45 minutes, it's not looking good. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's-
And like, what do you do if you see a snake in your backyard, for example?
we had a snake when we first moved here. We kind of just stayed away, and that was probably the best. Keep your pets away and let it pass, because it will pass. It won't just live in your backyard.
Oh, okay.
So-
Luckily
Yeah.
not. Like.
It's not what you want.
And then I also know you have the box jellyfish there. In Australia, it's the world's most dangerous jellyfish.
Absolutely.
So up at the Barrier Reef, we heard a story on our news that there were these people snorkeling like really close to where we were, and they just mysteriously died and no one knew why, and it was just the box jellyfish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If you don't wear a proper wetsuit, you're at very high
that's
risk at certain times of year. I'm unsure what times though.
And then Australia is also very well known for kangaroos.
Yeah, the kangaroo.
Absolutely.
But
They're
are the,
everywhere.
are
Yeah.
the kangaroos dangerous or not really?
I wouldn't say they're dangerous. I think if you're smart and you, again, give them their space and not corner them, then you'll be all right.
Yeah, but there is a video on Facebook at the moment of a kangaroo, and he's like holding a dog's head, like the dog's alive, and
Oh
it's
my
like
gosh.
standing there. And then the dog Oda just like walks up to the kangaroo and just punches the kangaroo, which you would never do normally.
Yeah, unless,
Yeah.
he had
And
to save
then-
his dog,
Yeah, he saved his dog, and then the dog ran off, and the guy quickly ran off too.
Okay, so what happens if you make a kangaroo like really angry or something like that?
Oh, they're not really an aggressive animal
No.
at all. I'd say if you are walking towards it,
Oh,
it'll hop
definitely.
away.
It'll
like
hop away.
It
yeah.
won't. It doesn't want confrontation at
Okay,
all.
so it won't kick you or do something like that.
No, under
Nah, I don't-
extreme circumstances. So if you've got them cornered or they feel very threatened, then that's what they would do, but not
yeah.
often.
And then like with the babies, do you often see the babies with the kangaroos?
Yeah, in their
Absolutely.
pouch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
that-
at my uni, there's like a forest kind of thing. If you just go there, then there's plenty of
Oh, that's
kangaroos
so cute.
walking around.
Okay, so we'll get back to another question, and Dale will tell us a very funny story.
I don't have any stories. So.
Okay, so we'll get back after the ad. Thank you.
brandlive.co.za.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Grow! Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.beastownmedia.co.za.
Megan Werner is South Africa's dynamic young speaker who shows her skills in areas of assisting attendees to realize their potential through showing them what is possible if you believe in yourself and take charge of your destiny. No matter the age or size of her audience, from 5 to 5,000 people, Megan touches a chord with her honest outlook and natural frankness. She has spoken to corporate staff meetings to lift team morale. Trainers use Megan within their sessions to add another dimension to their presentations, and her talks take people out of their comfort zones and encourage them to look at the way they approach their lives and work relationships differently. Megan is often sponsored by corporates to speak at schools around the country as part of their CSI initiatives. Visit www.meganwerner.co.za now.
Okay, so welcome back after the adverts. So we was talking about Dale telling us a funny story. Well, the funny story is they went and they decided they wanted to go bungee jumping. So I'll leave the rest of the story up for you. So Dale, tell us about your bungee jumping experience.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened, but we decided we wanted to do a bungee for some reason, and then we rocked up to the place, and we didn't know that it was the highest bungee bridge in the world. Yeah, look, it was terrifying. I don't know how we pushed ourselves to do it, but yeah, when I leaped off, I can't actually dive in a pool properly, so it kind of looked like my knees were just like buckled together, and I was just falling to the ground, like looking terribly, and then just got ragdolled at the bottom. And
wow!
But it was worth it. Definitely recommend it.
Yes, and Alice, what was your experience like?
Oh, with a bungee, oh hell. I just went completely head first, so I luckily didn't get too much of a hit when I got to the end of the rope, but oh, my stomach, I could not feel it after for so long.
And like, when you got there, did you then notice that it was the world's highest, or did you only find it out afterwards?
After we'd paid.
Yeah, after we paid, we found out. So yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, we already paid, so
Yeah, we may as well do it. Yeah.
So what do you do after you paid? Do they?
Yeah, so then you walk to the bridge, which is probably even more terrifying because it's like you can see to the bottom. It's not actually concrete. It's
like a cage.
Yeah.
like a cage, and you can just see down. You're like, oh, I'm going to be jumping off that in about 5 minutes. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Like I'm quite afraid of heights, and I can't imagine like looking down there and then actually knowing it's the world's highest bungee jumping place.
That's right. Yeah,
Like out of all of the places you chose, that one.
yeah, no, but definitely
Yes.
worth doing.
Okay, so then after you walking to the bridge, what do you do then?
Well, before that, even they weigh you, and then they come up with an order. I don't know how they do it, but they come up with an order, and then you find out when you're going to go, and then they call you when it's 2 people in front of you, and then you wait at the bench, and then you hop up, and you can't really walk because your legs are together, so you have to like hobble, which is probably even worse, to the side, and then they just go 3, 2, 1 bungee, and they just like kind of push you off, so you don't really have an option at that stage.
And like once you started, you can't stop.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're already there.
And you're just staring down into the river, and you're like, oh my word, yeah.
Yes, and you're just like, I hope they did it correctly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, if it's not, then
yeah. Well, there was an incident
dead.
in Zimbabwe at the Vic Falls where someone did a bungee, an Australian girl, and then the rope snapped, but she was alright in the end.
Oh my wow.
Yeah, but can you imagine?
But when you're like hanging upside down, like after you've done it, you feel like your feet are just gonna slip out of the rope around your ankle.
Yeah.
Oh, super scary.
And then you also, while you were in Zambia, you did the swinging thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
another thing that we regretted while we were waiting to go, but it was one that you went backwards. You felt, instead of going forwards this time, we went backwards, and you free fell for about 50 meters, and
we're like, you're next to each other, so you do it together.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And they just like count down
Again,
and you just fall back.
fall backwards, and
And then you just like swing up and down where? Like
just back and
through
forth.
a gorge.
Yeah,
I
through a
don't really
gorge.
know
It's like
where,
a canyon kind of thing.
And did you enjoy that, or would you rather go do? If you had to do one of the two, which one would you do again?
I'd do the bungee again, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably do the swing.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't have to be looking as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, but she did it again. She did the swing again because you had the option to do it again, and she did the front ways, which was probably even more scary.
That
So
was the scariest thing I've ever done.
Ah,
That's for
okay.
sure.
Even scarier than the Tower of Terror.
Yeah,
I don't know. The Terror.
Yes,
It's
that
a-
was like quite a comfort zone stretcher, the Tower
Yeah.
of Terror.
absolutely.
And then what differences have you noticed between Africa and Australia? Because you've been quite a lot in Africa, so what do
Yeah.
you notice differently?
I guess populations are very different. In Australia we have 24 million people, and we've got only 10% of our land is populated. So we've got a lot less people with a lot more room, I guess. But and then South Africa, we've got how many people?
55
Million,
million?
like-
55
A
million.
lot.
Yeah.
Just in South Africa. That's so
Yeah,
much
and it's-
smaller than
Yes.
Australia.
Yeah, and it's
A
lots-
thing that I've noticed in Australia is that the crime in Australia, you've told us that the crime isn't bad in Australia.
No.
No, not in
It's-
comparison to here at all.
So would you be
Yeah.
able to walk alone?
It's
by
not
a-
advised. At night, probably not. No.
Okay.
But you could, if you needed to, you could.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But-
People, they're going to
and-
be friendly if you're in trouble. So
Mm.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
what is the vibe in South Africa like in comparison with Australia?
I don't know. I think South Africa's got a very good vibe. I love. I don't know. It's
very
really hard.
positive. Like
It's very hard to
Horror.
explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everything. Something's always going on, and it's like, yeah, it's very positive, and
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, there's something always happening, kind of thing. So it's a good
And-
vibe.
In Australia, do you eat like kangaroos or stuff?
yeah,
you,
we
you do.
Yeah. So we can eat their tail. I'm unsure about the rest of the kangaroo, but I've tried the tail, and it's like a really rich, like a rich beef. It almost tastes like. It's really nice.
Okay, and I've also heard
Mm.
that they like from the tail make doggy treats or
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they do.
and
Mm.
yeah, they love
They're
it.
our
yeah.
dog's favourite.
Yeah, that's it.
and they're like what other traditional foods do you have in in Australia?
So we have the lamington. If
Yes.
anyone's heard of that, it's just like a sponge cake
Yeah.
dipped in chocolate and then rolled in coconut. And it's quite
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then you also told us about like the Vegemarts, like which is
Vegemite.
like Marmite, but
It's
just made
Marmite,
from
yeah.
vegetables, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like either, like Marmite or Vegemite, but
Vegemite's my
Alice is-
favourite.
Yes, and then there are also some things that you don't get in Australia, like am I right, jelly tots or something?
Yeah,
jelly
we don't
tots.
get
Yeah, we
them.
stock up on those when we come here. Bring it back.
And knick-knacks and
knickknacks, and we
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have we don't have cream soda either.
Oh
and
wow.
So yeah, we're very different.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very interesting. And then you also do barbecue, like we do braaiing, you do
Yep.
barbecue. So what
Yeah.
what is the barbecue like?
Oh, it's very similar. We don't have boerewors, or we just have sausages. That's sausages and steaks and
Mm. And so you're not allowed to make open fires like we do when we braai.
yeah, you are. It probably this time of year, winter is great, but
Mhm.
in summer it's high danger that you're going to start a bushfire and that's going to come out of control. And
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So like those bonfires that we made last night, you're
Yeah.
not allowed to do that.
Uh,
in
Not
the
without
summer.
you need a permit, and
Oh.
even in summer you will not
yeah,
get your permit.
Okay.
it's very strict because we've had
Yeah.
a lot of damage with bushfires, a lot of
Yes.
lives lost, and
like
it's
like
very,
in
Yeah.
Eisner, the
Yeah.
fires
Absolutely,
there.
yeah.
like
Terrible, yeah.
really.
yeah.
Okay, so some exciting news that I've got. So you guys already know that I'm going to NAC, and I'm speaking there next to Robert Kiyosaki, and I also know Pen Young is being there, and Nick Vujicic. Oh no, I don't know if Nick Vujicic is coming this time. He was there last time. JT Fox is going to be there, and so many people are going to be there, and I'm really honored to be one of the guest speakers. So if you guys want to come pop in for any chance or come look, you are more than welcome. Just come give me a shout out at NIC. If you are doubting if you need to go to NIC, I'd really, really advise it. It's a life-changing course. It's the beginning of your transformation of your life. It's really outstanding, like, promotion thing. So 8th and 9th of July, and I think it's at the Hartfield Dome there, close to Voortrekker Monument. So if you guys are thinking of coming, please do come. The tickets are for sale on the Success Resources website, so you're more than welcome to come. So to the Australians, you told us about this thing that you say, an Aussie, where you greet like when you just like having fun in the Aussie. So are we going to show the listeners how we do the Aussie?
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, but we're just going to do the short one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi!
There we go. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
Thank you.
And then, yes, see you next month, same time, same place, and live with passion. Goodbye.
You have been listening to The Megan Werner Show on brandlive.co.za. Catch her again on the first Tuesday of every month. www.meganwerner.co.za.